In this lesson, we're going to take a look at lighting our scene quite simply using just a couple of lights and an HDRI using image-based lighting. So the HDRI we have is this. We need to put an exposure layer in Photoshop to bring it back so we can see what it looks like. And that's what it looks like, quite a sunny day. But because I want diffuse lighting, I'm going to make sure that the sun is on the opposite side of the building to where we are. So if you put a dome light in 3ds Max, automatically the center of your HDRI will be here, east to the right hand side at 90 degrees. So I know my sun is this side, and I don't want my sunlight beaming direct sunlight through the windows on the left hand side, so I'm just going to leave it where it is. Now we'll go to our camera. Sorry, before that, you'll see if we go into perspective as well, I've got a few plain lights in the windows just in case I need to push a bit more light in. But I'll go straight into the camera, and the HDRI has been loaded up in a V-Ray HDRI loader. It's pretty simple. I've just kept the multiplier on 1. I haven't changed the gamma. I don't really need to add any more contrast in it. I think it's good enough as it is. And then we just look at our camera settings. I've kept these quite realistic as well. So we've got an f-stop of 5.4, which allows us to get some nice DOF when we render it in camera. I always keep vignetting on. A lot of people switch it off, but I like it. It just adds a little bit more to the image. My shutter speed's at 50 and the ISO speed is at 200. And you'll see that those as general settings with an HDRI tend to give you quite a solid result straight away. And you'll see just when we render what that looks like. So I'll hit render now, and then I'll pause it. As you can see, you get a pretty good result straight out of the box. The reason I tend to use HDRIs over just V-Ray plain lights and things like that is because of the natural color you get in the lighting. You can see here, nice little bit of blue coming in through the windows. Just adds that extra element of realism. So what I'll do next is I'll grab my plain lights, and we can just see if we want to boost a little bit more light coming through the window with these. I've just set them to 15. I've put them on white just to keep it simple. I don't want to add too much color into the scene. Plus it always looks a bit fake with a plain light, so we'll just switch those on. We'll hit render again, and we'll see what happens afterwards. So I've cancelled that render before it's finished. The plain lights are pushing too much light in, and it's actually removing all of the nice color and shadow we were getting from the HDRI. So I think for now I'm actually going to switch those off completely. And I'm just going to stick with the single HDRI for now. I think it's effective enough for what we want at the minute. It's simple. It's just one tick box, one light. And later on in the second part of the tutorial, once we've got this textured up and we've got things like the blinds letting a bit of light through and a bit of glow, then we can take another look at the lighting and see if we can make it work a little better. But for now, if you need to brighten up the room, we've always got the curves adjustments. You know, this will show you what you can get in post, especially if you render out with a 32-bit EXR. You can easily boost up all the midtones and brighten your room, take some of the burnout areas out, boost the shadows. It's all adjustable. You're not losing any information. So for now, I think we'll just stick with the HDRI, and that looks good enough to me.